Welcome to The Explainer. Okay, today we're tackling a massive engineering mystery. Picture this. You've got this giant, incredibly expensive industrial steel gearbox. It's built like an absolute tank, fully engineered to withstand immense forces. But then, out of nowhere, it violently tears itself apart. Why does this happen? What invisible force takes down these mechanical titans? Let's find out.
So why do these massive steel gearboxes fail? Well, it turns out a lot of designers are just looking at the wrong forces entirely. They'll spend, hundreds of hours running calcs, completely obsessing over normal stresses and bending factors, while totally missing the true culprit. Today, we're zeroing in on the stuff that actually destroys gearboxes while everyone is distracted by bending. We're talking about torsional stress concentrations in splines and keys.
Okay, let's dive into this. Section 1. The basics. Defining the enemy.
Right, so let's look at the formal definition of a stress concentration factor. To really visualize this, think of stress moving through a smooth steel shaft, kind of like water flowing down a really wide, calm river. If you suddenly pinch that river, maybe with a dam or a weird bottleneck, the water pressure and the turbulence are going to absolutely spike, right? Well, in mechanical design, a sudden change in a shaft's geometry, like adding a groove, a hole, or a keyway, does the exact same thing to mechanical stress. It creates a massive, highly localized pressure spike.
Now, here's where it gets interesting. We're pitting two different stress factors against each other. KT, which is the normal or bending stress factor, and KTS, the shear or torsional stress factor. Like we talked about, engineers absolutely love to obsess over KT. I mean, it's pretty easy to visualize a shaft bending, but in rotating machinery, KTS is the silent killer. It represents the localized twisting forces acting like a microscopic crowbar, just invisibly prying the metal apart from the inside out.
Moving right along, Section 2, Anatomy of Key Seat Failures. Let's look at the specific geometry where the real damage happens.
Now, what's really interesting about this slide is this massive number right here, 3.4. The data shows us that if you have a semicircular keyway end under pure torsion, your maximum surface shear stress concentration factor, your KTS, hits 3.4. No way around it. That means the localized twisting stress at that specific tiny point is literally 3.5 times higher than the nominal average stress you calculated for the entire shaft. It's just a huge hidden multiplier.
So why does it multiply so violently? Let's break down these geometric ratios. You've got your standard key seat depth sitting at about 1/8 of the shaft diameter and your widths at 1/4. But the real danger? That's in the very first bullet, the R/D ratio. That's the tiny fillet radius compared to the overall shaft diameter. A tiny, super sharp inner corner acts as an astronomical stress multiplier. And the math shows us that the max shear stress hits at exactly a 45-degree angle, perfectly exploiting that geometry. So we've got all this highly concentrated twisting force just sitting there in a tiny groove. What do you think happens next?
Let's trace the actual life cycle of a gearbox death. Section 3, the mechanics of failure.
So, the absolutely crucial point here is summed up brilliantly in this quote right from the text. It's a devastating 1-2 punch. The torsional shear stress acts like a tiny microscopic chisel, initiating a minuscule fatigue crack right in that sharp keyway fillet. And once that crack is open, the normal bending stress takes over and violently tears the metal apart. Basically, torsion loads the gun and bending pulls the trigger.
And speaking of cracks, Mode 3 loading. I am sure this is bringing up a little PTSD from problem set 1 for the engineering students tuning in. Deriving the spatial distribution of stresses and displacements for a linear elastic crack under Mode 3 tearing is, well, it's traumatic, rigorous math. But this is exactly the physics happening at the microscopic level inside those failing keyways.
Let's see how these principles apply to other designs. Section 4. Spline shafts in torsion.
Look at this. The source data reveals that when the fillet radius ratio, the R/D, approaches 0 in a longitudinal groove like a spline, the KTS stress factor hits exactly 2.0. So if you design a spline with a perfectly sharp, unrounded inner corner, you are literally doubling your stress right out of the gate. Let's move on and see how this all builds together, because there are modern methods to stop these catastrophic failures. Section 5. Predicting and preventing failure. The modern solution to this whole geometric nightmare is computational finite element methods, or FEM for short. Instead of just guessing or relying completely on old 2D charts, FEM is the ultimate tool.
It lets engineers model these super complex geometries, digitally map out those stress concentrations, and smooth out the dangerous localized stresses before a single piece of steel is ever actually cut.
And this brilliantly illustrates exactly how FEM works in practice. What we're looking at is a mesh convergence table from the source data. Notice how, as you increase the mesh size and the degrees of freedom, going from 440 up to 1680, it hones right in on the true maximum stress value. It just proves that if engineers don't use a dense enough computational mesh, they are seriously risking under-designing critical components. They'd basically be leaving those hidden keyway and spline stresses completely undetected until the whole thing blows apart.
So, I want to leave you with a quick thought. The next time you hit the gas in your car or fire up a massive piece of industrial equipment, are your keyway fillets actually up to the task? I really hope this explainer helps shed some light on the incredible hidden torsional forces destroying gearboxes while everyone else is just obsessing over bending. Thanks so much for tuning in today, and keep questioning the mechanics of the world around you.